All right. Let's go to the Friday or the Thursday games. Here we go. So we got Thanksgiving games coming up. We got the Packers playing the Lions at 1 p.m. and then the Chiefs playing the Cowboys, which seemed like kind of a waste of a game 2 weeks ago, but now seems really interesting, actually. Really, really interesting. The Bengals Ravens is, I guess, only interesting if the Bengals win. And then another game that at the beginning of the year didn't seem very important, but this is huge now. This Bears Eagles game is
gigantic.
Huge. Yeah.
It's the biggest. It's even bigger than the Packers Lions game, I would argue.
Dude, this might be the biggest Bears game in like 10 years, Dave.
Since 1985.
Wow. I don't know about that. But
no, dude, imagine if Caleb Williams beats the Eagles. Do you understand? Like Bears fans.
Oh, yeah. They'll be
crazy.
insufferable. Even Dave, who's logical, will be insufferable if they beat the Eagles.
They beat the fucking Super Bowl champions with Caleb Williams, the guy that looked like he was backwards and couldn't pass his way out of a paper bag, beats the Eagles. Like, that's going to be crazy.
Honestly, win or lose, though, like we know Dallas's offense is really good, and division games are division games, but the Eagles' defense has been fantastic this year. Not perfect, but very, very good. I want to see if this Bears offense can put up 30 on them because they've been putting up 30 on pretty much everybody, right? Like the last couple weeks. So if they do it to the Eagles, I mean, give Ben Johnson a crown right now because that would just be really, really impressive.
Style,
yeah, really impressive, I think. So it's in Philadelphia, which is going to be tough, right? That's always tough. It's, Black Friday afternoon game. Nobody really plays on Fridays, so it could be a little weird. But I don't know. That game's very interesting.
Eagles are going to be angry. They're going to be butthurt after blowing it last week.
Dude, because they lost to Dallas. Honestly, Dave, I was going to say if they had gone and whomped Dallas, I was going to say this Bears game could be a trap game for them. And the Bears could do what they've been doing and find a way out. Now the Eagles are mad. They better come out and need to win this game. So if the Bears beat them now, that'll be really impressive.
I don't think this is how the Eagles work, though. The Eagles are dysfunctional and mad at themselves. I think that them being mad is going to make them play worse.
It very well could. And this could be the start of their collapse like they had 2 years ago. So, right, remember they went to the Super Bowl, lost because they said the turf was terrible, which I kind of agree it was. And then they had they were like 9-2, or was it like 8-3? And they lost like 5 games in a row and then got blasted in the playoffs by the Buccaneers. Then last year they started kind of slow, but then they went on a tear once Saquon figured it out and won the Super Bowl. Now they've started hot again, and it already seems like there's kinks in the armor, and they might go on a losing streak. So I could see the Eagles losing this game, but they better not, because they should be the number 1 seed, and they just lost it yesterday to the Rams. So this is a big deal. This is a big game.
It's 2 8-3 teams, 2 division leaders. This is all the playoff implications that you could ever hope for.
It's the Bears march to the number 1 seed is what it is.
Yeah.
No, we're 2. We ain't gonna catch up to the Rams.
No one's catching the Rams, I don't think. No, I don't think so.
All I know is crazier things have happened in the world. I mean, who knows?
True. But legitimately, this is now a bigger game than Packers-Lions. Packers-Lions is a big game because it's 2 divisional foes and it will affect playoff seeding. But whoever wins that game is still in second place if the Bears win, right? Okay. And the Bears jump up to the 2nd seed and Philadelphia falls down to the 3rd seed, which I think is a big deal, right? And they could potentially fall down even farther. Probably not, because I don't think anyone from the other division is going to catch them. But there is a very small...
is still going to be the 3rd seed.
Yeah, there's a very small world where Dallas somehow finds a way to win as many games as Philadelphia. And because of that tie against the Packers, they win the division. Now, it's a very small chance, but there's a world where that's possible because they've split with the Eagles now too, right? And they beat the Giants. We'll see what happens with the Eagles the rest of the year, but this is the biggest game of the weekend. This Black Friday game is massive. So I'm pretty excited, dude. Honestly, other than Bengals Ravens, which should be a good game, but it's not anymore.
Isn't Joe playing?
Oh, is Joe playing on Friday? Oh my God.
Yeah, Joe's coming back for it. And the Ravens, they're tied with the Steelers at 6-5.
Yep.
The Bengals are 3 games back, but if nothing else, Joe would be he'd be happy to come back and just ruin the Ravens day. And honestly, your quarterback isn't looking so hot the last 2 weeks.
Nope, Lamar does not look good. He does not look good. And by the way, I traded Joe Burrow for Lamar Jackson this year in fantasy football. So yeah,
how many points did Lamar get you yesterday? 5?
7. Yeah, it was awful. And Jameis Winston, I was playing Dave. Jameis Winston got him 38 freaking points. Like, eat
quarterback one on the week.
Biggest bag of COCKs you can find, dude.
No, when you saw Jameis catch that pass and then he turned it into a touchdown when he bowled over was that a linebacker on him and he just wasn't going to get stopped. It's just like, this is the epitome of this week's matchup when you play neckbeard.
I told you, I texted you before that game started. I said, Dave, Jameis has a 3 or 4 touchdown game in him every year. He has like 2 of those. And he has like 6 4 interception games, but he always has that 1 or 2, games a year where he's just like, he looks unbelievable. And I was like, this is the week because you're playing me. And of course I was right.
It's true. You're a good prognosticator.
Dude, I'm telling you, I knew it. I just knew it because fantasy hates me.
We're going to have to go out there as a service to anyone that wants to watch our show. We should show what your lineup is just so that way people can do the parlay bets and whatnot.
Yeah, bet on whoever I'm
bet
playing
the under
against.
For every one of your players.
No, literally
hit it more often than not.
Like, or whoever I'm playing against, like, bet on their quarterbacks to do well and their running backs to do well. I need to do that more. I would make so much more money than winning the fantasy league. So, like, I'll do that. Okay, but before we leave this game, Dave, what's your prediction? Do you think the Bears go into Philly and win?
I think it's going to be ugly. I think it's going to be what the Bears always are. And I say it's going to be something like 20-17.
Okay. Bears
and
or
I'm
Eagles?
I'm going to say Bears. Why not? We're on. It shouldn't happen. It should not happen. I'm sure that we're probably going to be unders on this one by like 6. But again, they lost their right tackle. Yep. Saquon is just a shell of what he is. Yep. He's only good for 2 carries. He's not really going to be a threat to our defense. I know that we're going to be without our linebackers. I honestly don't give a rat's hiney. I think that our secondary they've done pretty well. They've done what we could. Granted, the Eagles wide receivers, they're elite. And we can get got. But I don't know. It's just, why not ride this high as long as it can go?
Well, Jalen Hurts, as much as we were saying he's, got his issues and he's not great, he's definitely going to be the best quarterback you've played so far this year, right?
Oh, easily.
So, yeah. Well, Dak, you guys did play Dak, and you did pretty well against him.
Yeah, we did beat him.
Yep, you guys beat Dak. Yeah, he had a really rough day actually that day. Dak did. So,
but one of the nice things that the Eagles did yesterday is they started to use Jalen on draws a little bit more, which is something they hadn't done this season, and it was effective. So if they use him on draws, it'll be fun to watch him versus Caleb, because I think they're both very similar as far as their running styles. They both have a thick base. They're both very strong runners, and they both can get out there, get you 40, 50 yards. So it'll be a fun duel right there.
Yeah, so Dave's going with the Bears. Hype, what do you think? Is Bears or Eagles in this game?
So Vegas has it around 6.5, and
sounds about right.
It sounds about right for this, I guess, and just like what people are thinking or whatever. I'm looking at PFF grades, and the Bears' offensive line is playing really well, man. Like, that's one of those things where it's like, that means their offense could just, like, do well against the Eagles' defense and keep them in the game. And there's got to be a word for the Bears defense. They're opportunistic. They make turnovers. They just do enough to win.
Opportunistic.
Yeah, that's the word.
I was thinking more just like they're sneaky. They're like a sneaky defense. You might look at certain things like stats or stuff that doesn't look good, or the EPA per player isn't good. They might be worse than the league at some things on defense, but it doesn't fucking matter. They're just somehow do enough to win. And like in situations like this, when you're a team like the Eagles that are expected to be good, these kind of games are not what you want to be in. When you're expected to win, you're favored, Super Bowl favorites, and you're playing against a team with a good offense and a sneaky defense that could cause Jalen Hurts to get some turnovers.
Dude, I have to pick the Bears to win too. I don't believe in the Philadelphia Eagles. No, I feel like this is the beginning of their fall, and it's been coming. Like I've been saying, that they're winning games by blocking field goals and stuff like that. Just doesn't last. And the Cowboys finally called him on it last week. A lot of teams have been close to beating him and failed, or something happened, right? Again, 3 blocked field goals, but like the Cowboys finally called it on him. And dude, I think the Eagles fall. I think the Bears take this game. I think the Bears definitely take this game.
There's another Packer fan behind you right there.
Yep, there's a Packer fan, my son right there, who decided to come in.
This is the thing about this game, guys. The only thing about this game that scares you, or supposed to scare you, is Saquon in the running game, but that's not scary right now.
Nope, not
the Bears
at all.
Can handle that. And Jalen Hurts deep balls, he might throw a few of them that connect, but like he's not scary deep. So like you don't like the Bears. You have a lot of backups in the secondary. I don't know, man. There's no way I would bet money on the Eagles on this game at all.
Yeah, I agree.
One of the turning points in that Dallas game yesterday was Adoree Jackson, their cornerback, when he got knocked out of the game for a possible concussion. So then all of a sudden, Cooper DeJean had to move from the slot, and he had to go to the outside. So Cooper DeJean, he can make his hay as a safety or as a slot corner, but when he has to go to the outside, he just doesn't quite have the skills. And the Bears, we have enough talent so that we'll be able to exploit that with DJ Moore, with Rome, have Burden out of the slot now that we're using him a little bit more. The Bears have the weapon to be able to go at that Eagles defense. Like you said, because of that offensive line, they can buy Caleb just enough time to where we can go after their number 2 and number 3 cornerback.
Yeah, he's a guy that just likes to sit on routes and play the slot and play the flats. Kind of like how the Packers defense was dominating in the beginning of the season, where they were so powerful in the defensive line getting the quarterback, they could just sit on stuff. That's what the Eagles used to do. And now if the Eagles defense can't do that, they're just like a pretty decent defense.
And the Bears' biggest issue is their run defense, and the Eagles can't run the football right now.
So I'm saying, Saquon's not that scary to take advantage of that.
Dude, no, I think the Bears win this game, and I think it's going to be ugly as hell, and they might pull it out in the last 25 seconds or something. But, I just don't believe in the Philadelphia Eagles at all right now. So, we'll see what happens. But I'll be cheering for them for once.
What this feels
gonna be weird. That's what has me worried.
I hope Jalen Hurts has a 4th and 26 and converts a touchdown on you. That's all I'm gonna say. So okay. All right. So we all think Baltimore should win this game. Now, if Joe Burrow comes back, I think that would be really a good story. But I just think the Bengals are crazy for bringing him back. They're so bad right now. They
won't have Higgins.
Yeah, why risk it? Why, especially against Baltimore? I don't know, dude. In Baltimore, this just does it. It's a short week. I know not for Joe, but for his offensive line, it is. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it's a bad idea, which is why the Bengals will do it, because that's what the Bengals do. So I think Joe comes back, and I think the Bengals could sneak out this game because the Ravens' offense has been really bad lately. I mean, to be fair, they dropped 3 touchdowns in that game against the Jets. So I don't think I've seen that in a while. But yeah, they could have beaten the Jets by more, but this offense is not humming like it has been the last 2 years. So I think the Ravens are gettable, but their defense is playing good now that the offense isn't playing so great. So I don't know. I'm still going to take the Ravens, but if Joe Burrow plays, anything's in play here. Literally anything's in play, even without T. Higgins, right? So, Dave, who do you call? Who you picking in that game?
I really want to go with the comeback kid just so he can recap it. Because, like you said, the offense has been fairly meh for the Ravens the last couple of weeks, but it is the Bengals defense. Ultimately, the Bengals defense is the key factor here. So, Ravens win.
Fair enough.
It could be in the 40s, who knows? But
I mean, I'd like to see that for fantasy points, but I don't think so. Not in Baltimore, but maybe we'll see.
Do you play Hype this week?
Think? I think I do, actually. So
then I'm praying that it gets in the 40s then.
Yeah. Yeah, but then Hype will have old man Aaron Rodgers come back and throw 6 touchdowns against me. So.
And I'll have King Henry run for 4 touchdowns also.
That's true. He's also got Derrick Henry. So what'll happen is Lamar will get stopped at the 1 4 times, and then Derrick Henry will get 4 touchdowns. So it's still good for you, Dave. But
that's what will happen.
No. All right. So Doug, do you got the Bengals or the Ravens in this one?
I do not believe in the Ravens in any way. I don't think they're good. They're winning games, but barely. The Ravens should be crushing people. They're supposed to be good. I just don't know. They're I don't know, man. Like, I can't ever pick the Ravens to win. I just can't do it. Like, I feel, and the Bengals are the team that wins, even though they're supposed to be crappy. It's like the opposites. The Bengals are supposed to be trash. They find ways to stay in games or keep it close, score a lot of points. So I don't know. I just want to pick the Bengals in this game.
Fair enough. Okay. So Dave's got Bengals, Doug's got Bengals.
And I got Ravens.
Oh no, I'm going with Ravens. I think
you are going Ravens. Okay, so Doug Bengals, and then
we all pick plays. They're going to win by 30 points.
We all picked the Bears, though. Yeah, that's crazy. We all picked the Bears.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to Kansas City, Dallas, which is another really exciting game in Dallas. Dallas comes off that big win. Their defense looks better. Dak and, like we were saying, Dak and George Pickens look like they just got it figured out, right? If CeeDee could catch, they'd be even more dangerous. Like, they're running the ball decently well. Yes, Kansas City's defense has been good, but Kansas City's offense has been okay, but they're putting up a lot of yards without a ton of points, at least against decent teams, right? So I really think on Thanksgiving, the Cowboys win this game. I'm picking the Cowboys to beat the Chiefs, which is 4 weeks ago. Even when the Chiefs were still bad, I would have never guessed that. But just watching the Cowboys against the Eagles yesterday, they're feeling themselves right now. And I think that's a big deal. And I know Kansas City came back on Indianapolis and they had a big win too. But I think just emotionally, like, that Kansas City win was more like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same as the Dallas win yesterday did. Like, I feel like the Dallas win was more of a big deal. What do you think, Dave?
That's where I just think it's the experience of Dak. We like to dog him about, in the playoffs, but this isn't the playoffs yet, to where they're down 21-0. Dak's like, okay, let's just go to work. Because he now has two weapons in there. He's like, we ain't scared of squat. They got their running game. So I think that he would be the difference maker. Daniel Jones, he's a good story right now. He's learning, he's getting his footing, he's improving, but Dak's already been on the other side. Dax has the experience right now, to where I think that he would not let that situation happen.
Not at all.
Yeah, I love the game plan. I like how the offense is being called. I said it all year. Their head coach calls a very smart game. I think he's going to be able to have the counters for what Spags likes to call on defense. So I like Dallas in this one.
Yeah, Dallas's Schottenheimer is less Schottenheimer than Matty Schottenheimer, who we got up at Green Bay. You know what I mean? Like, he is aggressive. And the Cowboys have to win, dude. Like, the Cowboys cannot play it safe. They have to start winning all these games. So, like, if it is the fourth quarter, they're going to be going for it no matter what. They're going to be throwing deep. They're going to be attacking the Chiefs deep, which is where I think the Chiefs are gettable as well. And, like, Dallas does it better than almost anybody. It's in Big D. Like, I don't know, man. I think Dallas is just feeling themselves right now, and they're going to find a way to win this game. I think it's going to be a really fun game, though. I can see it being like 31-30 or like 32-29 or something like that. So I think this is going to be the most fun game to watch all weekend for sure.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I have an opinion on this game. I hate the Cowboys almost as much as anything in this world.
Yeah.
But the other day, Jason Kelsey said he likes to pee on the floor in the bathrooms on airplanes. So if people walking their socks around, they would step in the pee.
Who said that?
Yeah, he literally said that. And I've noticed on airplanes, people actually do that. I saw that literally they do that recently, even on my trip. So I want the Chiefs to lose every game from now on for the rest of their entire existence.
Fair enough.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Not the peeing on the floor thing, them losing every game in existence. Yes.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Dude, it's so crazy how much I hate the Chiefs. I kind of agree with you, Doug. Like, I hate the Cowboys more than any other franchise in any other sport. Like, and it's not even close. Like, I would watch the Bears beat the Cowboys 50 times in a row and not bat an eye. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate the Bears too. But, like, I just hate the Cowboys so much, and I desperately want them to win. Like, I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling that I'm desperately cheering for the Cowboys because I'm so sick of the goddamn Chiefs. And dude, in that game against Indianapolis, yes, they played well, but I saw Patrick Mahomes cry for a penalty like 17 times. And I am just so sick of watching Kansas City. I am so sick of seeing them in the playoffs. I don't even think they're dangerous this year. Say hi, Penny. Say hi.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
I just want them to be gone. I'm just so tired of watching them whine and complain their way through games. So I've never said this before, and it may
Give him
not
rabbit
happen
ears,
again.
Penny.
Go
Gotta give your daddy
Dallas.
rabbit ears.
Go Dallas. Penny, who are we cheering for in this game? All right, let's go to the next game, guys. So I'm taking Dallas to win. Dave, who do you got to win this game?
Dallas.
Yeah.
We're all picking Dallas.
All picking Dallas. Okay. Penny, who's going to win in the Packers versus the Lions? She said Packers. Smart kid. So, okay, let's talk about Packers Lions now. So we've got Green Bay coming off of a pretty dominant win against Minnesota with the Marty Schottenheimer offense. We got the Lions coming all the way back against the Giants. They're at home. They're feeling themselves, but their defense has shown to be gettable. So does the Matt LaFleur offense come out and basically prevent us from winning this game? Does the defense come out and make a difference? I'll let you go, Hype. You start first. How do you feel about this game?
I'll tell you this. The Lions aren't even a playoff team, bro. I ain't worried about nothing. Ooh. They're now 7-4, and they're not even in the playoffs. The Bears are better than the Lions. I said it. They're better than the Lions. Not just their record, but they're just better. They're this is the thing. What was the Lions' big thing over the past 5 years? The best offensive line in football. They always had this amazing offensive line. It's not quite as good anymore. Now what's happening? Their team's got all these weaknesses and holes in there. They're not rolling up on teams like they did. Like when they were the number one offense in the league last year, right? When Jared Goff, like you said, when he doesn't have all day to pass, he's just a sitting duck, right? Mm-hmm. He turns into a pumpkin. So on Thanksgiving, Jared Goff is going to be a pumpkin. The Packers are going to blitz him. As you said, Jeff Hafley, in your great Packers review video, Jeff Hafley actually started to blitz a bit. And I think the Packers are starting to realize their defense is okay. They're very good if they play the right way. And they need to figure out how to blitz and do things because they can't just rely on 3 or 4 guys getting the quarterback. But they have all their defensive line healthy now. LVN is back. Yep. And I think LVN, we got this guy Hutchinson or whatever his name is for the Lions that's supposed to be good. I think LVN's just as good as him. I think LVN gets the quarterback and he gets the sack this game. And I think the Packers win and the Lions are going to go home crying and they're not even going to be in the playoffs this year. Bye, Lions.
Fair enough. Now, the Lions boat raced the Bears earlier this year, so I can't necessarily say the Bears are.
That wasn't during Toyotathon.
True. Okay, so Dave, all right, you go first. Who are you going to pick in this game, Dave?
I really want to go Green Bay, but I still don't trust your coach. I think the Lions are going to defend home turf. I just think it's going to be too conservative of an offense. You got the pieces to try to go after him to make it exciting. I just don't trust LaFleur in big games yet. I'm sorry.
No,
I want to.
I understand, Dave, but
you got the piece. You got the chess pieces there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you got the wrong guy moving the pieces. So
I agree with you in 9/10 of the way there, Dave. So here's how the game's going to go. The Packers still have trouble stopping the inside run. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to smoke us a little bit in the first half of the game. Yeah,
a little bit.
Detroit's going to go up 17-6 or something gross like that in halftime, and we'll be like, "Oh, this LaFleur offense is so gross. He's just so boring. He just runs it up the middle. He doesn't do anything." The same thing's going to happen in the third quarter. Defense will somehow make a play, but it'll still be at this point. Let's say it's 24-10 going.
Oh, you mean Evan Williams getting an interception in red zone?
Yep. So let's say the Lions are up 24-10. It goes into the fourth quarter. Matt LaFleur has made Jordan Love realize that Jordan Love is better off without Matt LaFleur, and Jordan Love keeps audibling and he keeps throwing darts down the field. And Jordan Love Toyotathon comes in and ties the game at 24, and we go into overtime. Micah Parsons makes the play. Packers kick a field goal to win. So I'm picking the Packers to win 27-24. We're getting 27 again. We're going to get 27 points, and we're going to win 27-24, despite Matt LaFleur, because Matt LaFleur is going to make us a gross offense for 3 quarters, and then Jordan Love will just override it himself in the fourth quarter. Jordan Love, actually, you guys know what's crazy? In the fourth quarter, Jordan Love, Bo Nix, and Caleb Williams have the 3 highest QBRs in the fourth quarter right now. So
really,
yep. So just fourth quarter. So dude, Jordan Love has been unbelievable in the fourth quarter. Caleb Williams has been great in the fourth quarter. And so obviously Bo Nix, that's the only quarter he plays football. So
I think Micah Parsons gets a strip sack and gets run back for a touchdown in this game.
Yeah. So no, I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to be really difficult to watch, but I do think the Packers will pull it out on Thanksgiving in the end because Jordan Love will override Matt LaFleur and take care of it himself. Because it is still Toyota-thon. It is still Toyota-thon. So I can't pick against Toyota-thon. So
I think your script is going to happen, but because it's Toyota-thon, I think it'll start sooner.
Fair enough. Okay.
But so we'll see. I think the Toyota-thon thing will start a little bit sooner, and Micah Parsons will get a strip sack for like either a run back for a touchdown or like right near the end zone type thing.
Yeah. Just
like how we beat the Vikings with that special teams turnover, we'll have something like that happen.
I agree. There's going to be a play. Somebody will make a play. I have a feeling like the Packers are revving up now. They're going to find a way to win really ugly.
Even though I made a joke about LVN, I think it makes a big difference because without him, he's actually pretty decent against the run and he can pass rush okay.
Yeah.
And even though he's not like a great player, they kind of suck against the run and he can actually help a little bit there while he can still also pass rush. So I think that'll help the game. I mean, think about it. Before he got hurt, they weren't, they kind of were a little bit on a downturn, but when he got hurt, their defense really took a fall off after that.
Well,
I think.
And Rashawn Gary is actually coming off an injury too. Like, honestly, I didn't realize this until your good buddy on Cheesehead TV talked about it today, Doug. But Rashawn Gary has only been playing about 45% of the snaps the last 3 weeks, which is really low for him. And he played about 70% of the snaps yesterday in Minnesota. Or against Minnesota, excuse me. And again, Minnesota's line is banged up. They haven't been great, but like the Packers defensive line absolutely dominated them. So I expect a good defensive line performance in this game as well. But I think Jahmyr Gibbs is bound to get us at least once. Like he's going to get us at least once. So yeah, 27-24. Go Pack Go. Dude, what a list of games though for Thursday and Friday. This is really exciting. These are some good games.
We gotta get Dave's guess on the game.
Oh, Dave, you didn't guess. Okay, who's gonna win? Packers or Vikings? No, Dave said the Lions are gonna defend home turf.
Said Lions.
Yeah. It was very short and boring.
I was just
very
second chance.
Just like McCarthy.
To say the Packers if you wanted to say the Packers.
Yeah. No, Dave doesn't care. He's first in the division. He's like, whatever. You guys fight down there.
You guys figure it out.
We're worried about the Eagles. You guys do what you want down there, you peons. So Dave's in a different position. He's like, yeah.
That's the right mentality. When you're the king of the North, you don't care about anyone else.
King in the North.
King of the Kings of the North.
The King in the North got messed up at the Red Wedding, Dave. FYI.